We're back for another Tuesday talk, and we're here to talk about taking action. How do we take proper action? I guess this is the question that we need to ask ourselves first. I realized very quickly that this is somewhere I was failing constantly, as I would come up with a lot of great ideas, and the biggest thing I was worried about was actually taking the first step, just taking action. I always made a plan, that was no problem. The problem was making that first step and taking the action so I could see it through. So my question is for you, how best do you take action? And what are you doing to take the action? And I asked myself this question, and that was the best way for me to figure out what to do next. So I thought to myself, when do I take action best? Is when I feel good. What do I do that makes me feel good? Well, honestly, it's music, fashion, or playing basketball. Those three things puts me in a good mood. And then 9 times out of 10, my focus gets better and I'm able to take the proper steps in order to complete whatever I'm looking at trying to do. As far as being an entrepreneur, the other question you have to ask yourself is this: what is the obstacle in my way to stop me from taking action? And my biggest obstacle is wondering what people will think before I do it. So that's why I decided to do this to begin with, is to do a Tuesday talk from the beginning, is just to get me started in taking the action. So that's what you need to ask yourself. What is in your way? It may not be worried about what other people think. It may be you're worried about what lies behind closed doors, what you can't see, what people are gonna put in front of you that you may not be able to move. So you have to look at those things first and figure out with yourself what is best for me and what is the best thing I can do to accomplish my task. Taking action just really means showing up. And that's showing up for the date. You set a date that you can accomplish this right here and right now. So the date may be within a week. And then within a week, at this time, I'm going to execute. And then after that, I'm going to repeat constantly every single day. And then what you start to realize is that you actually start planning ahead. And that's where I'm at now in doing this. Every Tuesday, I started doing this and I started wondering, what am I gonna talk about on Tuesdays? Then all of a sudden, I started having a lot of topics to talk about on Tuesdays. So then it was how am I gonna condense the information to get it out in a certain amount of time? And then I said, you know what? I need to start working ahead and doing this ahead of time. So that way I can get all my thoughts together in a better way. And then now what I realize what I'm gonna do next, in addition to doing the videos ahead of time, is I'm gonna start mapping out a plan for each video and trying to start creating a part for each video. Because that's what I was doing before, but I was doing it without realizing it. So now I'm within realizing what I needed to do to be smoother in my delivery and to be more confident in my material. Because I'm doing certain things behind the scenes. One of the books that I'm reading is The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. Looking at different podcasts. Jay Shetty, his Purpose Driven Life, that podcast I listen to constantly. I would tell you to listen to it if you haven't already. I listen to YouTube, inspirational YouTube videos. TD Jakes, different pastors. I listen to them. I also am listening to other podcasts, how to build, your own entrepreneur empire, things like that. I watch different marketing videos just to get different tidbits of knowledge every day that I can do differently. That's why you see different scenes or different filters or different styles in clothing. Anything that I can do that will help me take the proper action for the following week. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to get better each and every week. Because the better I get, the better I deliver information, the better the information comes across, and the better you get a hold of what I'm trying to say. And at the end of the day, that's the important part. So you can get a takeaway from it. And if you're not getting a takeaway, then there's no point in me doing the Tuesday talk. So remember, the best thing you can do for your audience and for your village and for your tribe of people is just take the action first. Because in order for there to be a team of people behind you, in order for there to be someone who's your manager or in order for there to even be a reason for you to move forward, you've got to take the action first. You've got to take that first step. People talk about all the time, crawl before you walk, right? That's what I'm talking about. You taking the first action allows you to crawl, and eventually allows you to walk, and eventually allows you to take off running. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take this and take off running. So remember, this week moving forward, what do you need to do? What action do you need to take? During this time of quarantine, it's not about creating your own business. It's not about creating a new lifestyle. It's about creating a better you. What can you do to follow your life instead of other people? So take action this week, and see you next week. Remember, you can always follow me on True Visionary XIV, Snapchat, and Instagram. See you soon.